It's truth with every word. It's Old Truthford. You don't need a halo to know where to go. Unite in a fight, and it's the best for sure. If you don't believe me, watch this video. It's truth with every word. It's Old Truthford. You don't need a halo to know where to go. Unite in a fight, and it's the best for sure. If you don't believe me, watch this video. It's truth with every word. It's Old Truthford. truth with every word. It's Old Truthford.
Hello and welcome back to Old Truthford, the home of honestly biased sports content. How are we all doing, folks? Tonight we are going to be covering Zirkzee being frustrated and near an exit, Schmeichel praising Lammens, and much, much more. Nick, the Dutch destroyer. Hello, boys. What is this song? AI or did you pay someone? A very talented friend of mine help me out with a song. 100% not AI. I can assure you of that. 100% not AI. But yeah, let's get into the news. So, starting off with Schmeichel praising Sen Lammens. She has a nice voice. Thank you, Nick. Thank you very much. I'll let her know. But yeah, Schmeichel on Sen Lammens. Also, Nick, I've got an idea for the members page. Just to give you a little sneak peek. You've seen it already, but got a little sneak peek for the members page. So if anyone is interested in becoming a member on the Old Truthford YouTube channel, they will be getting a shout out at the end of every stream. Still working on how we're gonna do it, if it's going to be a message, if it's going to be people's faces or whatever, but yeah, we're cooking something up at the moment. Anyway, Schmeichel praises Sen Lammens. This is what Schmeichel had to say. I think his confidence grew during his debut. You could see from the first cross, Matthijs de Ligt's reaction was fantastic. Defenders want that when they're under the cosh to take some of that pressure off. He's only young, he's hardly played any competitive football. Unfortunately, we've seen over the years, great players come into Man United and the pressure is relentless. Then they can't deal with that. It would be silly for someone like me to put more pressure on him. He did well, he's got an international break now, then the next game he's got to do the same. Then we see how he develops. All goalkeepers make mistakes, that's when we find out how good people are. So, obviously, a lot of people are on the Sen Lammens gravy train right now, but it does look as though coming from Amorim, coming from Schmeichel, coming from ex-players, a lot of people do not want to put too much pressure on him, which is understandable, but then at the same time, I mean, he is very, very good. So, like, I mean, the fact that he's 23 years old and he's already shown better signs from Bayindir and Onana. Very, very happy with Sen Lammens at the moment. So hopefully we're not going to get too carried away and it won't get into his head. He does have a very tough next game, should he start against Liverpool away from home. But I think that it's good that he did start against Sunderland because he's got that out of the way now. He's got his first Premier League game out of the way, under his belt. And hopefully he can just go from strength to strength. Nav, hello admin. How you doing, man? Admin, it's been a while. How you doing today? Hope everything's all right. All good, thanks, Double I. Hope all's well with you, mate. Has been a while indeed. It was a good first performance. Now just hope he can hold on to it. He is gonna pocket Salah. Wow, and Van Dijk is going to twerk again. Van Dijk doing the rounds. I swear, literally on Twitter, I'm just scrolling, just enjoying myself, and then boom, Van Dijk twerking. AI generated Van Dijk twerking every time. How good was Delo against Sunderland? Shut it, Nav. Shut it, mate. It was absolute trash. Don't worry, Delo's going to get his own video as well. I mean, I've got more time now to to create videos and stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the rhythm of 2-3 videos every week and streaming every night. But yeah, don't worry. I've got a special video planned for Delo. Nav speedrun Shadow Realm. Goodness me. Don't speedrun the Shadow Realm. Nick is just looking to blip some peeps. But yeah, let's move on. So Schmeichel also said this regarding the goalkeeper situation. When I played, and I think it was the same for Edwin van der Sar and David De Gea, we had to save the team 10 points a season, not give them away. And that's what we've gotten used to in the last couple of years, goalkeepers giving goals and points away. It was nice to see a clean sheet and really good and solid goalkeeping performance from St. Lammens, obviously. And yeah, that's a good point from Schmeichel, because realistically, if we had Onana or Bayindir in goal season long, and that's going to cost us 10 points, and if St. Lammens now comes in, and obviously it's a tall ask, he's still young, but imagine he comes in and saves us 10 points every single game. What, every single game? What am I saying? Every season. That's like a 20-point swing in United's favour. So that's already just a massive improvement if St. Lammens can live up to his potential. I'm on road to Old Trafford before 2027 anyhow, by the way. Okay, but cool. Go on. You've got a countdown of about, what? 14 months to get to Old Trafford. You can do that. How is Van Dijk in GOAT combos, even though we in the Netherlands don't even consider him top 3? The only people who put Van Dijk in GOAT combos are like, realistically, I don't know, content creators who want to sound edgy and get more clicks, and also Liverpool fans, and that's it, really. Whoever puts Van Dijk in in the GOAT conversations for centre-backs is insane. I haven't blipped anyone in a long time. I'm going to challenge Kens to a speed run to Shadow Realm next time. Lovely stuff. We just need consistency. Performances haven't been that bad except for City game. It's just consistent in results. Even if you look in the City game, I mean, let's look at... Because if I'm not mistaken, I think the XG was actually quite similar. And I know some people don't like XG, but I think it's probably one of the best stats we've got to determine how good we're doing. Like, even if you look at the XG of the City game, yeah, they got one whole XG more than us, but we should have at least scored a goal in that game. 100% should have at least scored a goal. Foden and Haaland, man, they always score against us. Because we look realistic at players. Your math is cooked, admin. It's 15 months. Bruh, come on. Come on, you're going to count October. Come on. Give me a break, but cool. But yeah, also on St. Lammens, it is kind of crazy the fact that he was on 10.6k followers on Instagram, and then he moved all the way up to 414k within a couple of days. Shout out Amorim era, Frank, for posting that. October has just started. Come on, but cool. I think Van Dijk is top 3 in Netherlands. First Koeman, second Stam, third Van Dijk. You're forgetting about De Ligt. Double I, mate. You're forgetting about De Ligt. Okay. But yeah, let's move on to another one of the highlighted stories today. So, there's going to be a new academy structure, I believe. So let me just pull up the story. Okay, so Laurie Whitwell reported this. Manchester United intend to build a bespoke academy structure of matching calibre and style to the first team facility on the same site at Carrington. So the academy players are going to be looking forward to something new. I think that's obviously very important, given the fact that we want to have one of the best academies in the country, if not the best. So we're going to need to attract them with a new style of academy system, really. Academy system, academy structure. Otherwise, they're not really going to be that impressed. And then we end up in situations like we're in with JJ Gabriel, where we have to bribe him with a box at the new Old Trafford stadium. So yeah, in order to keep him to the club. So hopefully that'll be good. But the reason behind why Man United intend to build a bespoke academy structure is it's quite an interesting one, so to say. So we will we'll go through that as well. Just FYI, guys, I am working on a new screen layout so that you guys can see the stories that I'm reading as well at the same time. Working on a whole new bunch of edits for the show. Also, special news for the members of the channel. I am currently working out a way where there could be sort of a members call-in. So then the members can potentially call in at half time during the live streams, and then we can just speak about talking points that either they want to bring up or whatever. Obviously, no one's forced into calling in, but that will be available to members, so you can feature on the live streams yourself. I've got all the graphics sorted for it. It's just finding out how to do it. It's most likely going to be through Discord. I just need to work out all the technical side of it. From 10k to 400k for a United numero uno is not very impressive, to be honest. Well, we don't know if he's only played one game, mate. Give him a couple of games and then he'll move up to 1 million easily. Stam, Koeman and Kroll miles ahead of Van Dijk, not to mention De Boer, Ricard, etc, etc. I'm not going to lie, guys, my Dutch centre-back knowledge is not the best, but I will trust the Dutchies in the chat with what they're saying. But yeah, so more news on the new academy structure. Manchester United intend to build a bespoke Manchester United academy structure of matching calibre and style to the new first team facility. Currently, the under-21s and under-18s use facilities designed for under-14s and under-12s after being removed from the main facility, but will move into the new two-storey, we'll move into the two-storey block behind the main building, which housed the women's team last season. So we're moving the under-21s and under-18s into council flats. They're going into the hood, so to speak. At least that'll maybe give them more motivation to get into the first team. Who knows? And Laurie Whitwell even shared quite a... I'm not going to lie, this is quite a sad story. It's not the end of the world. I mean, I'm sure this happens all the time with like youth teams, maybe. I hope. But this is what Laurie Whitwell shared when it came to the academy. So Sir Jim Ratcliffe's cost-cutting regime has come with consequences, not least concerning the MU Academy building, which dates back to 2002 and had a refurbishment in 2017. There are allegations, let me repeat that, allegations, guys. So allegedly, this could not be the case, maybe. But there are allegations that toilets have been left uncleaned, bins unemptied, and pitch perimeters worn and littered, with complaints made that there are not enough maintenance staff employed to maintain standards. Exterior signs are fading, and machinery has been left around the site. I don't know what machinery would be left around the site. Maybe groundskeeping machinery and stuff like that. But okay, so machinery has been left around the site. All those who wear club tracksuits, including academy coaches and first team analysts, but excluding players, Rúben Amorim and his coaching staff, now have to wash their own kits. So academy coaches, first team analysts, they've all got to take their own kit home. They are no longer allowed to get their kit cleaned. Okay. A shortage of staff is alleged to have played a factor in an embarrassing episode where United's under-13s had to ask to borrow shorts and socks when playing against Everton at Carrington last month. So, wow. Okay, so our under-13s had to ask Everton's under-13s and set up if we could borrow shorts and socks, even though we were the ones at home. Not a good look. I mean, not the best look, if I'm being honest. But let's look at it half glass full. That is why Man United are focusing now on building a bespoke academy structure of matching caliber and style to a first team facility on the same site as Carrington. So short-term pain, long-term gain, maybe, but still quite embarrassing that while we're at home, we have to ask the away team, can we borrow some socks and shorts, please? Yeah. By the way, Garnacho has been terrible so far for Chelsea. It's not even about him having 0 goal contributions while playing 6 games. It's just how sloppy he looks. You know what I'm talking about, admin. I haven't really watched Garnacho, to be honest. I haven't hate-watched him too much. But from what I heard from people, they said that they were actually quite enjoying Garnacho. Or they said, I think I saw somebody say Garnacho had a really good game against Liverpool. Like, he was one of the better wingers in that game. But I don't know. I think Garnacho's a strange one, man. Let's look at some of his stats so far this season, because he's always slacked when it comes to defensive work. And yeah, Garnacho's stats are not looking too good. Oh my god, Garnacho's stats are really bad. He's only played 86 mins in the Premier League though, so you can't go too harsh on him yet. Let's wait and see. But in terms of how he's played so far, Double I, he's not looked very good other than that game against Liverpool. We could have sold him to Napoli for Kvara last season. I don't think he wanted to go. I don't think Garnacho wanted to go though. I think he's always wanted to stay in the Premier League. That is shameful if it's true, says Nick. That bit is true. So the bits about the toilets being unclean and stuff like that, that's all alleged. But the borrowing shorts and socks when playing against Everton at Carrington, that's 100% a true story. So that is quite bad in terms of our academy standards there. But moving on, Rooney praises Amorim. So it's quite interesting, really, when you look at the pundits, because you've got Gary Neville, who kind of went on the defensive. So it all started with this whole saga with pundits and Amorim all started when Amorim said, oh, okay, the stuff that the pundits say when they question the system and stuff like that gets inside the players' heads, which makes sense because obviously if these ex-players have won everything with United and they're questioning a system, then the new generation are going to think, oh, okay, well, they won everything. They know what they're talking about. Maybe the system isn't good. And then they start questioning it, and then they don't follow instructions that Amorim's giving them, etc., etc. Obviously, they're professional footballers. They shouldn't be doing this. They shouldn't really give a fudge what ex-players who played like 20 years ago think. But that's what they do. So Amorim was making that point, saying, oh, okay, you're making the players kind of question the system a little bit. And then Gary Neville went on the defense and said, obviously, that the players shouldn't be thinking about that, and called Amorim out in a way, which you kind of agree with Gary Neville, like professional football players shouldn't be paying attention to all of this stuff. But at the same time, he can't say that Amorim's wrong because these players obviously do consume social media. They do watch what the pundits say about them, all of this sort of stuff. So, yeah, they are obviously going to be affected by it. But at the same time, you can't, as a pundit, just be nice. Just be nice for the sake of being nice. But I think Amorim's trying to highlight the fact that there's a bit of a negativity around the fan base, around the pundits, around all of this sort of stuff, because negativity sells, and I think Amorim's begun to notice this. Somebody who is a bit of a breath of fresh air when it comes to professional ex-players / pundits is Wayne Rooney. So Wayne Rooney, he received a lot of stick during his career, so he knows for a fact what it's like to be a player who receives all of this like negative attention, and I think that's why he kind of holds his tongue a bit more in comparison to the other pundits. Like Wayne Rooney got more criticism than a lot of them put together, to be honest. But I think that's why Wayne Rooney kind of holds his tongue a bit. Like he'll always caveat a point by saying, I want everything to work out though, or I want all of this, or he'll say it might have been different during my time, something like that. So then like he kind of gives a bit of wiggle room when he's making his points instead of just, yep, they need to be doing this, you know what I mean? But yeah, just on that, Wayne Rooney has praised Rúben Amorim, saying he changed his style a bit this weekend by being more direct with the goalkeeper and Benjamin Šeško, and it worked. So you have to give him credit for that. So positive towards Amorim, which is good to see. He also added an important result this weekend in a match with a lot of pressure for the manager and the players. I think they played well. I hope Rúben Amorim turns things around because he's a fantastic young manager. So yeah, Wayne Rooney being very fair here. Let me just see what you guys are saying. You know that video of that girl pretending to enjoy her salad? That's Chelsea fans trying to convince themselves that they love what they see with him. I have not seen that girl with a video of her pretending to enjoy a salad. Is that a famous video? But I get what you mean. Double I. The big club, United, but can't buy shorts for their first team. Yeah, it's quite bad. It's quite bad, Nick. Negative news gets more clicks, and they know it. They do indeed. They definitely play into it, and I don't know. It's one of those where, like, obviously you want that insight from ex-players because they know what it's like to play for the club. But at the same time, how can they get away with just kind of slandering a coach that hasn't even been here for a year? And all of these people, guys, you need to remember all of these people. You need to remember all of the pundits. You need to remember all of the fans. You need to remember everyone, because when Rúben Amorim wins a Premier League, I will be making a humongous compilation video of everyone who has kept saying he needs to change his system, otherwise he's going to get sacked. He needs to change his system. No, the players need to improve. The bird brain Delos and all the rest of them need to get gone. That's what they need to do. Thoughts on Rashford? Barca fans are insinuating that goals and assists are hiding his stinkers. Interesting. I think Rashford has the players around him and the system around him to get an assist every single game. Like, genuinely, I think he could get an assist every single game. He's got a good cross on him. He hardly used it at United, but it's goals. I don't think he's going to get that many goals. I think Barcelona fans on them, if you had to like poll the majority of them, I think they'd probably say that they're happy with Rashford. So yeah, I don't know about that. I think don't believe everything you see on Twitter. Nav, do not believe everything you see on Twitter. Who remembers when Giggs criticised Pogba for posting a video of him listening to Quran, and the caption said, best way to start the season? Like, the man couldn't even be religious in peace. I don't remember that, to be honest, double I, but if that was a thing, that's really bad. Why would he criticise somebody for posting a religious video? That's weird. Honestly, don't care about Rashi anymore. We needed him to step up and he didn't. Go stay at Barca. Well, the reports that came out from Fabrizio Romano were saying that Rashford isn't even thinking of Man United. So I agree with Nick. Why even look at Rashford? I mean, hopefully he does all right. So then we get the 30 mil for him and then he can flop at Barca and then probably end up at, I don't know, where would he end up? Dortmund or somewhere like that. Maybe come back and end up at a Brighton, maybe like a Welbeck situation. But yeah, Rooney also had this to say. So he was asked if United are missing big characters in the changing room. And Rooney said, I think a lot of teams are like that. I think the game has changed a lot since then. And sometimes, I'm guilty of it as well. You say things and you're looking for them leaders. You're looking for them characters, but there's not many around in world football. Society's changed as well. So yeah, you hope you can pull together and get through it. It's a difficult period, no doubt about that, but you hope you can pull through and come out the other side. So again, Rooney, obviously questionable as a manager, questionable personal life even, quality player, but as a pundit, he's very balanced with his opinions. Search it up. People was just hating Pogba for breathing at times. It felt like back then. I'll look it up after the stream, Double I. I'll see what's going on. Admin, is Højlund better than Gyökeres? No, he's not. Højlund's not better than Gyökeres, bro. Do you think that he is, Nav? Come on. Gyökeres, the only difference is they've completely switched roles now. So then Gyökeres is playing in a more difficult league and Højlund's playing in an easier league. That's it. Look at the stats. What stats, bro? Come on, show me the stats. Pull up some stats and I'll tell you how these stats are completely redundant. But on a United player who's gone on loan, Onana is supposedly wanted permanently by what even is this name? Trabzonspor. So Trabzonspor have indicated that they would like to open discussions with Manchester United about signing Andre Onana on a permanent deal when his loan expires. Personal terms are not expected to be an issue. Okay, so that should bank another maybe like 15, 20 mil. I reckon we can get 20 mil for Onana. So 20 mil for Onana, 30 mil for Rashford, 45 mil for Højlund. We're looking at 95 mil. We're looking at Baleba. Guys, here's a more interesting question for all of you. Obviously, Baleba has put in a few stinkers recently. A lot of people suggesting that his head's not in it, his heart's not in it because he wanted to move to United, etc. But is that a red flag? Is that a red flag that we shouldn't be signing Baleba? The fact that he's having all of these stinkers at Brighton now? You tell me. Are we still interested in Baleba? Admin, is Højlund better than R9? Okay, now that is a good question, Double I. No. No, he's not. Onana can also F off in the Turkish jail that they call a league. Yeah, don't worry. Hopefully he's going to be staying there. Højlund, 4 goals in Serie A and Champions League. Gyökeres, 3 goals in Prem, 0 in Champions League. It means nothing, mate. It means absolutely nothing. We know Højlund obviously likes playing in the Champions League. I wonder if my Højlund theory is still going on in Serie A, because I believe Højlund performs better at night than he does during the day. And I don't know if that's to do with his sleeping habits or what, but if you looked at his goals while he was at Manchester United, he would always score in the late afternoon games or in the Champions League or Europa League when it's nighttime. Like, he's the vampire of football, Rasmus Højlund. Check in Serie A when he scored those goals and the times of the games. That's what I want to know, Nav. Højlund has played 2 matches less. Now he's good. Sign him. Nah. That could be another bomb squad player if he just drops his head like that. Wait, who could be another bomb squad player? Sorry. Moving on though to the next story. So Rio targets a draw. So Rio Ferdinand has come out and said, Baleba could be another bomb squad player. It's a hard one. Like, I don't know if he's trying to like run his price down. I don't know if his head's just not in the game. I don't know if he's just not as good as people thought he was. But yeah, Baleba dropping in stinkers this season is a bit of a cause for concern, maybe. But I don't know. Is it helping us financially? Who knows? Also, the pressure of what he costs will weigh him down extra. That's very true. Although, I think so much money has been spent on midfielders in the league that everyone's kind of become a bit desensitized to it. Like, when it was Pogba, it was like, wow, that's a lot of money. That's not been spent on anyone. Whereas if you look at the league now, you can be like Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Baleba, Declan Rice. Like there's so many players where there's been a lot of money spent on them. So I think it's like it's one of those, isn't it? His earliest goal was at 6 kickoff. Nav, I'm telling you right now, people called me crazy for that theory. Like, I'm telling you, if anyone actually like honed in on that, they would notice he is a vampire. Early kickoffs, he won't score a goal. Højlund's first season gave me hope. 6 Champions League goals, 5 goals and 1 assist, 10 Prem goals, and 2 assists in 31 games, scoring in 6 games. Where did it all go wrong, man? It went wrong when we stopped trying to play counter-attacking football, realistically. Like, we were playing counter-attacking football under Ten Hag. Then he tried to switch it up, so then we had more possession. Højlund struggled. Ten Hag got sacked. And then we brought in a manager who also likes to dominate possession in Amorim. So, yeah, he's all good for counter-attacking football. No wonder Conte wanted him. And no wonder Conte wanted bloody Garnacho as well. Like, it's all about the system. It's all about the league. He's playing in a system that suits him in a slower league where he can just run past people. Of course he's going to score. Doesn't make him one of the best players in the world, though. Enzo is 120 million. Come on. Yep, true. I went wrong. It went wrong when he played against some good teams and not lowest to the lowest Champions League teams. I think the best team he scored against while at Manchester United, because this was in my Højlund video, was Newcastle. I think the best team he scored against was Newcastle. That's the highest level of a competition he scored against while playing for Manchester United. But yeah, Rio Ferdinand is backing United to get a draw. So he's saying to go to Anfield and get a draw would be a massive, massive result for us. Given that they're the champions from last year. Yes, they're out of form at the moment, but I wouldn't say we're any better form than they are. I just think that, as I said, the experience and the magnitude of this game for both cities and what it brings as an atmosphere at Anfield will be rocket fuel in that place. Guys, are we feeling confident going into Liverpool? Like, really? Are we feeling confident? Nav, Bayern. Yeah, Bayern, to be fair, in the Champions League. But other than the Champions League, I'd say, like, in terms of league performances and everything, the best team was Newcastle. But yeah, it would probably go Bayern, Newcastle, and then it's like Fulham or someone like that. Young Boys and Bodo / Glimt. Yep. He had a masterclass against them. Didn't he chip Neuer? Did he chip Neuer? Get the clip up, Nav. Get the clip up. I can't remember. I do remember him chipping someone at some point. Caicedo is the best defensive midfielder in the world. And don't even chat to me. Look how Chelsea plays when he's not on the pitch. Yeah, a lot of people are taking that opinion now. They believe that Caicedo is one of, maybe not even the best defensive midfielder, maybe the best midfielder in the world. A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are saying that potentially he could be going to Real Madrid after Chelsea. Johnny Hill, good to see you, man. Højlund realised he doesn't have to play for Amorim anymore and instantly lost his acne. It's crazy. Bro, stop with the Amorim slander, man. All he needed was a bit of vitamin D in that Napoli's sunshine. Ole wanted him for 500k. Yep. Ole did want Caicedo for 500k. I mean, we are looking at where is it? Just speaking on young central defensive midfielders, Manchester United are continuing to work on the future and are working on the formal steps to complete the signing of 17-year-old Senegalese talent, Mohamed Dabo. So yeah, Mohamed Dabo is going to be among the players that we've bought for like around, I don't know, 500k a mil in the academy. So he's one to watch, 100%. But yeah, in terms of Liverpool, guys, does anyone actually rate our chances there? Do you think that we could actually get a draw, or is it going to be a case of Luke Shaw capitulating, Diogo Dalot eating dirt, and probably losing like 4-1 maybe? Ole's talent identification was crazy good, only if the board listened to him. The only thing going against that, Nick, is why was he so obsessed with signing Jadon Sancho? Like, he was one of those players that we were linked to for like 3 years. We finally got him, and then he joins the club and he's like, yeah, no, I want to play on the left wing instead of the right wing. And he was supposed to solve our right wing. Terrible, terrible player. Also, in the Euros as well, like, even just watching him play, like, you could tell, okay, he's not really making that much of an impact, you know? I always questioned the Jadon Sancho signing. My boy Mainu looks like he wants to leave now. Amorim has a lot to answer for, lol. What do you think of Mainu, though, Johnny? Because, like, obviously, we've seen him play well in Ten Hag's system. We're yet to see him play well in Amorim's system. Like, are we going to throw out the coach and the system and everything for one player? Are we going to do that? If he keeps playing with this level, I don't see him in Chelsea next season. I don't know, maybe like you said, Real, Barca, or why not us? Probably because we're going to go for Baleba. But that would be an interesting turn of events if we signed Caicedo. Dalot eating dirt and Lammens catching him all. Lammens catching him all. Lammens catching him all. We will probably draw because we do better against big teams compared to Fulham's, Brightons, etc. I don't know, that didn't really happen against City, did it? But I'm hoping you're right. Okay, what else do we have for you tonight? So, posted this on the Instagram earlier today. Check out the Old Truthford Instagram if you haven't already. But Gary Oldman was asked, Oscar winner Gary Oldman, by the way. I think he's Sir Gary Oldman now as well. Another Sir who supports Manchester United. Saying, so Sir Gary Oldman on would he rather win another Oscar or see Manchester United win the treble again? And he said, oh, that's unfair. No, but honestly, I would love to see United win the treble again over the Oscar easily. Oscar winner, Gary Oldman. Speaking for all United fans there, how desperate we are. He literally would prefer United to win the treble because he knows that it's so unlikely, and it's more likely that he could win an Oscar than bloody United winning a treble. But he'd rather see that. You know who would be perfect win back? Pedro Neto. Oh, I don't know about that, Nav. I don't know about that. I'm very interested to see who Amorim starts against Liverpool because I'd love him to go full out attack and have Dorgu on one side and Ahmad on the other, but I have a feeling he's going to play at least one of like Mazraoui or Dalot. To be honest, I think Mainu is a top quality talent. Watched his academy stuff too. Also, I don't rate the way Amorim sets up his midfield. Oh, I don't know. Why do you not rate how he sets up the midfield, Johnny? In what way? Like the personnel that he's selecting, or you just want to go back to a 4-3-3, or what are you thinking? Actually, there's a good chance we don't sign Baleba because we signed the Colombian lad. Nah, we are going to sign Baleba. 100%. I think unless he like either gets like majorly injured or his form like literally falls off a cliff, we're going to sign Baleba. Because as far as Fabrizio Romano was talking, like, Rúben Amorim is obsessed with him. He's obsessed with Baleba. Give me Maz over Dalot all day. Yeah, Maz over Dalot, but Nick, I'm saying Ahmad over Maz. I'm saying Ahmad over Maz now. After the game that he just had, I think it would be surprising for Amorim to drop him for Mazraoui. But this is another story that's going to put a smile on some people's faces. So United continue to monitor Antoine Semenyo. Bournemouth now value him at over £75 million. Tottenham and Liverpool are also interested, as per Alex Crook. So if they value him over 75 million or somewhere in that range, could we go for Semenyo next season? And would you want us to go for Semenyo? Like, say maybe a Fernandes left or something like that. Would you? I don't think Fernandes is going to leave though. But it's a hard one, man. I mean, obviously we've got Cunha. I don't want to be too negative on Cunha too early. But Semenyo's a beast. Semenyo's an absolute beast. Give Ahmad his chance to make that beautiful 1-0. Yeah, we need it. We need it. Oh, I hope Ahmad starts. I hope he does. Well, I see Bruno in that number 8 role and he completely leaves the midfield, therefore leaving the other midfielder completely alone and isolated. And Amorim seems happy with Bruno, so I guess that's what. I don't know if he leaves them completely alone. Like Johnny, if you looked at the heat map between like Bruno Fernandes when he was playing as like a cam under Ten Hag and other managers, he would get further up the pitch. Like, he does stay in midfield now. I think Fernandes is our heartbeat in midfield, to be honest. I think, is he playing to his strengths? No, but at the end of the day, is he kind of becoming a bit more of a mature player? Kind of like a does he have the same ability as Modric is the question? Because if he has that ability, then there's no problem playing him in a 2. And we have played well with him in midfield. I mean, like, the biggest gripe against Bruno is the fact that he keeps missing penalties. A random stat, Maz played in 7 different positions while he just came to United last season, including him playing in the cam and CDM. Yeah, insane. Insane. As far as I see Maz, I think he's just like the future of the team, but I think he's good on the bench because he can fill in for so many players. So we create a really strong first team, really attacking first team, and then if anyone gets injured, just put Maz in there, and then he can solve almost any problem. Amorim wants in his midfielder, so I guess that's what Amorim wants in his midfielder. Yeah, I disagree. I don't think that Bruno completely leaves Casemiro by himself anymore, if I'm being honest. I think they've got a good relationship. Obviously, they've played together for 3 seasons now. Like, the original Fernandes-Casemiro relationship also had Eriksen in there, but they have played together, so they know enough about each other. I think it's just the chemistry between Mainu and Casemiro isn't really there. But yeah, there has also been an update on Harry Maguire's future as per Alex Crook. So Harry Maguire wants to stay at Manchester United, but is likely to have to take a hefty pay cut in order to do so. However, with the Red Devils' minority owners Ineos keen to reduce the wage bill, it is highly unlikely he will be offered the same salary he earns now of around 190 a week. So let me put it to you guys. What do you think is a fair wage for Harry Maguire if he were to stay at Manchester United? What would you say is a fair wage for Sir Harry Maguire? I'm personally going to go for around like maybe 120k. 120k, maybe 100k for Harry Maguire if he's taking a backup centre-back role. I think that would be a bit more realistic. Like, to think that he would stay on 190k is ridiculous. Also, funny story about Casemiro came out today. So Casemiro explained that his name was spelt incorrectly on his shirt early on in his career, and he's just stuck with it. So his name is Carlos Enrique Casemiro with an I there, not Casemiro with an E. And he remembers that he played a game for Sao Paulo and the club got his name wrong. They wrote it with an E instead of an I. He played really well in that game, and as he's a superstitious person, He said, no need to change it, just leave it like that. Things are going well. So the name's stuck, but his name is Carlos Enrique Casemiro with an I. It was a mistake made in one game, and the name stuck, which is insane, really. The fact that footballers are built different, man. They've got like all of these weird superstitions that they need to stick to, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some correlation between like OCD and a lot of footballers, because they're repeating the same patterns, the same behaviors every single day of their lives for like years on end. And the fact that Casemiro wouldn't like just say, yeah, no, can you change my name back to this because he played well in one game is it's just crazy. It's crazy to get behind the mentality of footballers. Johnny, if a midfield 2 was going to work for me, I'd probably have to see a Baleba Wharton with Mainu. You'd probably have to see a Baleba / Wharton with Mainu. I just really don't rate Bruno there. But then again, I've had a massive Bruno agenda for a while, to be honest. Oh no, you're not one of those, Johnny. Why do you have an agenda against Bruno? I don't know. I just don't think... I feel like Mainu, he's similar to Pogba. Like, he needs that extra freedom. Like, they are quality players, but they need to be in a freeze, if I'm being honest. That's it, really. Some players just cannot adapt to certain systems, and I don't think we saw the best of Pogba when he was playing in a 2 in midfield and there was a player further up. And I think it's exactly the same with Mainu. Like, he's more of in between, like, a cam and a central midfielder. So, and I think he's too young to have the footballing intelligence to run in midfield like Bruno Fernandes has. Maybe in a few years he'd be able to, but at this stage of his career, I can understand why he would want to just, escape, really. So then he can grow, and obviously he wants to feature in the World Cup squad. He wants to be in the World Cup. So yeah, I think Mainu is going to push for a January move. I think a report has just come out on him. We will get to that after we've finished going through these stories. He's not a standard squad player. 120 is fair, I think. Knowing where he comes from, it did end up giving him 5 Champions League trophies. Can't blame the guy. Very true. Very true. Newsbreak, footballers are actually autistic. I'm not going to lie, Nick. I mean, I would not be... Well, David Beckham is a big example of it. I mean, David Beckham's arguably one of the most public footballers, and there's no hiding from a fact. I think it's come out that he's got OCD and stuff like that. And I would not be surprised if a lot of footballers had that, because they've got to be good at pattern recognition. They've got to not get tired of doing the same activities every single day over and over again. Like, surely they've got to have something. Somebody's got to do a psychological evaluation on all of these footballers. But yeah, more good news from Positive FC. It's coming from Rob Dawson of ESPN, who reported Manchester United's hierarchy is convinced the players are behind Rúben Amorim after positive conversations between the squad and club bosses. So we know the players are behind Amorim. We know that the higher-up management are behind Amorim. We know Amorim wants to stay and he wants to make this a success. He wants to fight for this. So, yeah. I think he needs to just take this in his stride, really, and it's going to give a bit more positivity to the fans who obviously are questioning Amorim right now. And some people have been set on Amorim leaving for months, so they don't really they can't open their mind to like anything new. Even if we won like 10 games in a row, I think still people would be like, oh, I don't know about Amorim. So it's one of those, but the important thing is that the players are still behind him. My main gripe with Bruno is when he starts moaning on the pitch. I just cringe when I see it. He's had some good seasons for sure, but he's just not my cup of tea. Yeah, no, I agree, Johnny. I agree. I'm not a fan of the whinging and moaning. on the pitch. But at the same time, it's just people have different communication styles, don't they? I also don't like the fact that he's been put off by 2 penalties because of the refs. Like, I understand, again, footballers have their routines. Cough, cough, OCD, cough, cough. They have their routines when it comes to penalties and this and that. But at the same time, like, you're professional athletes. It kind of shows a little bit of weak mentality if, like, small things like that disturb you from scoring penalties. So I'm not a fan of that recently with Fernandes. Very social, great coordination, autistic players. Not buying yet. I'm not saying autism, Nick. I'm not saying they're autistic. I'm just saying, like, because they obviously are social, like they have to do media, but they are media trained, bear in mind. Like, they are trained on what to say their entire lives, and they follow instructions very well. But no, I'm saying like borderline OCD rather than autism when it comes to players. But just a theory. Guys, we are winning the Champions League in the next 5 years. Remember this comment. I'm fully aware of what I'm saying. Double I will remember this comment. So I will be knocking on your door in 2030, hopefully celebrating the Champions League win with you. If not, then I'll hire a hitman to come to where you live and say, you've been talking absolute waffle. They are built different, but not like that. I don't know, Nick. I don't know. Just a theory. A game theory. That's an OG YouTube channel there, Nick. To be honest, though, the only players I dislike more than Bruno is Shaw and Dalot due to their post-match interviews every time when they say we need to be better whilst never getting better. Oh, round of applause for you. Round of applause for you, Johnny Hill. Well done. Well done, sir. Round of applause. I completely agree. I think Shaw and Dalot are just PR merchants. I think they're like good to have. What am I saying? I don't think they're good to have. I think they're. Oh, let's keep the peace types of players in training and all of this. Blah blah blah. High five me here. High five me there. Like, nice to have around part of the furniture players, but if you want to win a Premier League title, you don't need part of the furniture type of players. Get rid of them, is what I say. Get rid. But yeah, Gerrard praising Rooney and Scholes as well today. So Gerrard sat down with Rio Ferdinand and he came out saying, Wayne Rooney is the best player I played with for England, hands down. He can do so many things. I don't see Wayne as a number 9 or a number 10. I see him as an all-round attacker. He could occupy a back 4 on his own. And on Paul Scholes, he said, I think Scholesy, if he played now, would hands down be the best midfielder in the Premier League. That's a fact. So, yeah, Gerrard with a lot of praise for Rooney and Scholes there. Sometimes I believe that Dalot crosses a road and looks up and down. Oh my God. It does. I mean, I'm not trying to be too mean to Dalot, but I do think that he's got the brain of a bird. If I'm being completely honest, I do not have faith in him whatsoever. But yeah, that's just me. And finally, we've got 2 more reports. So Joshua Zirkzee supposedly is looking to move away from Manchester United. Chris Wheeler of the Daily Mail and Nathan Salt reported this. Joshua Zirkzee's frustration with his current situation at Manchester United has reached a point where he is looking for an exit route in January. He is deeply frustrated at his situation, and the move in January transfer window is seen as absolutely crucial if he wants to play in the World Cup. I can understand why Zirkzee would be frustrated. I mean, obviously he's come into the side. He hasn't had a good first season. And it's his second season and he's been given, 76 minutes of Premier League football? So I can understand why Zirkzee would be a bit disappointed, but at the same time, he's got to perform better. Like, it's very much a Van de Beek situation, isn't it? Where, like, people are saying, oh yeah, We like him as a player. Seems like a great guy. Blah de blah blah. But perform better then. Come on, Zirk. And finally, we've got an update here from Mail Sport saying Manchester United could bank more than £10 million if they strike a deal to visit Saudi Arabia this season. They have 3 options: a 3-way tournament against Al Nassr and Al Hilal, which is interesting for many reasons, but foremost, the fact that we could be coming up against Cristiano Ronaldo again. So the 3-way tournament could generate £5 million a game plus prize money. An exhibition game against a Saudi all-star team for around £5 million. A visit with the Saudi royal family, or GEA, to hold a warm weather training camp in Riyadh and play a one-off game for around £5 million. Any option will likely see Saudi picking up the tab for travel, accommodation, and warm weather training facilities. So I've heard from Laurie Whitwell, I believe, saying that Amorim's not the biggest fan of this, going to Saudi Arabia mid-season. But given the fact that we do have these midweeks free and stuff like that, and I think we are going to be having a lot of free time this season, it does make a lot of financial sense to bank a lot of money, which is pretty much a sale for a player just playing like 3 games in Saudi Arabia. So I don't know. I'm not entirely against it. Please pin that comment. I call him Dodo Delo. I cannot do that, unfortunately. Zirk is just there for the vibes. Damn, our luck would be that Mbuemo or Sesko gets injured in an exhibition game. Oh, don't speak it into existence, Johnny. Don't do it. Don't do it. But those are all the updates from today. Let me see if I can find any further updates for us. And to do this, I'm going to go into our brand new, if this bloody works, I'm going to be going into our brand new Twitter page. So now I should be able to share what I see on Twitter. Let's see if this works out. Awesome. Okay. Here we are, folks. So let's go through all of the updates that have come out since we started streaming for any that we may have missed. So Jason Wilcox and Omar Barada are involved in the plans to redevelop Manchester United's academy facilities, with the project now the club's next major focus. Okay. So the academy won't have to worry about borrowing shorts from Everton for long, hopefully. And then, yeah, so we're going to be working on that. What's United Backy saying? I don't think they are going anywhere. We have FA Cup games, and you have to think of injuries and all. They'll surely get game time. Oh, okay, so Sully Talks. Sully Talks supposedly is sharing an exclusive that Kobe Mainoo is unhappy about his current situation at United regarding lack of game time, and he feels he's not being appreciated. If situation doesn't improve, we'll ask for loan exit this Jan. Wants to play in World Cup 2026. I can see a loan move happening in Jan. I'd be surprised if United don't allow him to go. Considering he's not even asking for like a permanent exit at this point, and he is going to miss out on the World Cup. So, I mean, I can understand why he would want to move, but that means that we would need to bring someone in Jan. Could we potentially bring Baleba in January? Maybe to join the squad. I mean, I think that would potentially guarantee us European football if we did sign a Baleba in January. And he's not performing all too well for Brighton at the moment, so it's one of those. I would have said sure, I would have said sure, but it's a World Cup year, so we won't be seeing that guy get injured. You know the rules, Johnny. World Cup year, Luke Shaw is going to be available all season long. That timing is suspect, lol. We got that news this morning about borrowed kits and dirty toilets, and suddenly academy regeneration project. Yeah, it's interesting. I think they came out in tandem. I think they came out at the same time. So as far as to say like, oh, okay, we are going to be regenerating this because of all of these bad situations. You know what I mean? Steven Gerrard obviously said that Schmeichel would hands down be the best midfielder in the Premier League. Fact. Yep. Completely agree with that. What else do we have? Anything here on United? Indy Kaler talking absolute shiz. Indy Kaler also reported saying that Man United were going to revert to a back four because Amorim had been told to, which obviously didn't end up happening. But those are all the updates from today, lads. If you have any questions, get them in the chat. But if not, we will be calling it an evening in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already as well, be sure to check out my tier list ranking all of the current Manchester United players. I have gone player by player showing who my preferred starting 11 would be for the remainder of the season should everyone be fit. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you guys think and who you would put in your starting 11s. My dream would be Mainu goes on loan and performs like I think he will do. We bring in Baleba. Bruno leaves in the summer, therefore leading to Baleba, Mainu duo. Please, Amorim, don't hurt me. I just don't see, unless Bruno completely falls off of a cliff this season, I don't see him leaving. I don't see, like, Mainu's a decent player, don't get me wrong, but to compare him to Bruno Fernandes is like a generational talent level of player. Like, I'm not saying that Mainu can't develop into that, but Fernandes, De Bruyne, like these players are like once in a generation. Like, is Mainu that player? I don't know yet. The fact that he's like struggled so much to adapt to a midfield two leads me to believe, oh, okay, maybe he's not. But I don't know, maybe he is. But gentlemen, we will call it an evening there. Hope you all have a delightful end to your evening. And we will be going live around the same time tomorrow. So if you haven't already, please make sure that you do subscribe to the home of honestly biased sports content. Cheeky voice crack. And yeah, become an Old Truthfordian. But for now, Godspeed.